Hello and welcome to Crime Watch Daily Updates. I'm your host, Anna Garcia. 16 is a landmark birthday, often filled with celebrations. But for one girl from Augusta, Georgia, it was anything but that. On April 16 of 2017, which was Easter Sunday, Janell Carwell gathered with family and friends to celebrate the holiday and her 16th birthday, which was the following day. But 2 days later, Janell's mom, Tanya Tripp, called 911 to report her daughter and husband were missing, saying that they'd been gone since April 17th. Janell and her stepfather, Leon Tripp, disappeared and were nowhere to be found. Investigators and community members immediately got involved, trying to help find them. Weeks went by before detectives caught a break and got a tip that Leon was spotted in Atlanta, but without Janell. They also learned he had a criminal past and that he and Tanya had even gotten married while he was still behind bars. Law enforcement officials started noticing inconsistencies in Tanya's statements as well. Then something strange happened. On May 23rd of 2017, U.S. Marshals went to a U-Haul facility in Atlanta to arrest Leon. However, he was not there alone. Tanya was also there, but didn't she report him missing? The two were arrested, but the case was far from closed. It then morphed into a murder investigation. On March 8th of 2018, 11 months after Tanya reported her missing, someone called 911 and said they found human remains in the backyard of their property. The remains were positively identified as Janell. Leon Tripp was charged with 2 counts of murder, kidnapping with bodily injury, cruelty to children, and concealing the death of another. Tanya faces charges of second-degree murder, concealing the death of another, and hindering the apprehension of a fugitive. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Leon. In 2020, the Richmond County District Attorney's Office filed a motion to present evidence to show that Tanya and Leon allegedly met with someone and then conspired with them to kill Janell. Leon and Tanya have both pleaded not guilty to the charges against them as their cases make their way through the justice system. Let's take a look back at the case of a girl whose birthday was filled with tragedy instead of celebration.
Gone without a trace.
He had no credible sighting, just possible sightings.
A Sweet 16 Georgia girl has vanished into the dark night, along with her stepfather.
It's not like them not to answer the phone. I've been calling and texting and leaving messages and nothing.
A mother's desperate plea for help.
They're not answering
At all.
An intense police investigation soon digs deep into the murky mystery.
Police officers, investigators, they were searching in this kind of like swampy area.
Will they recover Janell and Leon?
It may be more to this than just a simple missing person.
One shocking revelation will surface, and it will paralyze a Georgia community already on edge.
Janell did not deserve this. She did not.
The day had been so joyful for LaTanya Janell Carwell, simply known as Janell.
Janell was a loving, very intelligent, smart young woman who wanted to be a doctor, who was an honor student.
After all, Janell was turning 16.
That was the morning of her 16th birthday.
It's Easter Sunday. She celebrates the holiday and her birthday with family and friends. Neighbors say the young teen seems happy.
She had not reporting any problems to anyone. The neighbors saw nothing. They were having a cookout. She was inviting friends over. So it was nothing for us to suspect that there was something going on.
But shortly after midnight, something does go on. And a birthday celebration is about to take a strange and tragic turn.
How can I help you?
Janell's mother, Tanya Tripp, calls 911.
Yes, ma'am. I was calling to report a missing person.
Give me 1 second.
I pray to God that they not, but it's not like them not to answer the phone.
Tanya says it's not just her daughter who's vanished.
Your husband and your daughter are missing?
Right.
Tanya tells police her 38-year-old husband, Leon Tripp, Janell's stepfather, is not answering her now frantic calls. Neither is Janell.
I've been calling and texting.
They're not answering.
Neither one. And that's not like neither one of them, because they see me calling, they gonna answer.
As Tanya reveals more, cops soon discover the teen and her stepdad had been missing for nearly 24 hours. Tanya soon tells the dispatcher the pair had left the house together in the midnight hours the day before.
Her husband had received a call from a friend who had broken down, and they were going to render him assistance.
Tanya says Leon hopped in his truck, heading a half-hour's drive away from Augusta to Clarks Hill, South Carolina, to help his stranded friend. She says he took her phone with him.
His cell phone don't have a map on it where you get direction or whatever, so he got my cell phone.
At first, Tanya says she didn't even realize Leon took Janell with him. Then she tells police her tech-savvy daughter went along to help work the GPS on a smartphone. Now, both have disappeared.
There was nothing ominous about it at first, and she was supposed to be in the company of a trusted adult, which was supposed to be her stepfather.
What stepdad wanted his daughter to go with him to help another guy at 1 o'clock in the morning?
The mystery-stunned Augusta, Georgia, says Angela Hart, a local pastor, community activist, and radio talk show host, raising suspicions and fears.
You want to make sure that that child is getting proper rest, sleep, and you wouldn't allow them to go that time of morning to help someone that's broken down. That doesn't make sense.
But despite what some questioned as bizarre circumstances, at the moment, loved ones focused on one thing: finding Janell and Leon. 2 weeks later, the high school student and her stepdad are still missing.
What's important is that she come home.
Pastor Harden soon takes to social media pleading for clues, going live on Facebook with Janell's mom, Tanya.
I do have cancer. I have brain cancer and I have lung cancer.
Tanya tells viewers that sickness prevented her from riding along with Leon the night he went missing with Janell.
I was inhaling too much of the smoke, so my husband told me to go in the house and lay down. So I did, because I couldn't breathe. And 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, I'm calling, texting, nothing. I need my baby home, like 15 days ago type home, because she has never been away from me this long.
The plea is an effort to raise money for a reward offered to anyone who knows something. The well wishes and donations begin to pour in.
Thank y'all for all the love. I see it, all the likes. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
That is.
Isn't that beautiful?
Thank you.
Police are doing their own searching for clues, and they soon catch their first break. They spot the white pickup truck in which Leon and Janell were driving, abandoned along the road, just a mile from their home.
We processed the truck to make sure if there was any trace evidence, any physical evidence, DNA or anything of that nature, to show signs of a struggle or something had happened, and we found none.
If the truck turns up in the neighborhood, is there a chance Janell and Leon will too? Cops step up their search, hoping cell phones will provide some footprints and answers.
What we did was based on her cell phone and his cell phone records to try to triangulate the area in which both phones were hitting off the same towers. Based on those tower readings, none of it suggested that they were in the Clark Hill area as he originally had stated.
Janell and Leon never make it to that area where Leon says his buddy is stranded. And that's not the only troubling find.
Prior to her missing, we were able to track phone records and her social media activities. So she was very active, and all that had ceased. With the digital footprint of a 16-year-old just to evaporate, that was extremely strange.
And then a number of new tips coming into police take the case in an even more bizarre direction. People say they've actually seen Leon more than 100 miles away in Atlanta without Janell.
He had briefly stayed with certain friends in Atlanta.
Up next,
Until there is justice for Janell, we're not going to be quiet.
an unspeakable turn of events is about to rock this missing persons investigation.
I said, Tanya, please tell me that's not true. Are you serious?